Hello and welcome to another weekly analysis by Salador FX. Okay, so we're going to start with the Euro USD. I've actually got this on a daily chart because I want to do some top-down analysis. And if you see, we've been stuck in this range now for quite some time, going on to 2 weeks. And we can also see that on the MACD we're actually starting to show divergence. So that would suggest that we were about to make a move to the upside. But if we also look left, we can also see that we've come down to this area before, bounced, and we're in this area again, and we're also struggling. So this might suggest that we're going to see another bounce to the upside. That's my bias. In any case, is to the upside. If we also have a look at the MACD divergence on the 4-hour charts, we can also see as we've had these moves lower. The MACD also again is in divergence, doesn't seem to support the strength in this move. So in my honest opinion, I will be looking to take longs. If we was to break and close above this area here. But again, this is Forex and anything can happen, but any break above, close above this area, I will be looking to go long. Obviously we'll be looking to break above, close above, and a probable retest of this area before we look to go long. Areas to target would be the 13575 area. You could take partials out along the way, as this would take a few weeks to actually get up to this area, unless there's any major news events that could push it up to this area. So that's the Euro USD. We're now going to look at the Pound USD. Again, we've got this out on the daily chart. Ignore all of these lines here. This is a little system that I have showing on weekly, daily time frames where prices bounced in and around these areas, and I have a little system that I use in and around these areas. But getting back to the analysis, we opened on Sunday and we had a gap here, and normally what would happen on a Sunday, it's called the Sunday gap. If there's a break, if there's an opening gap on a Sunday evening or Monday, depending on where you are, we normally close the gap before we then move in the opposite direction. Well, that doesn't seem to have happened yet, so we might get a spike down to close this gap. But if not, my bias is to the upside in this. But again, I will wait till I get a retest of this area. If we zoom in to the 4-hour chart, again, I'll be looking to, as I said, if we can get a retest of the 16694 area, then I'll be looking to go long. Excuse me. Failing that, if we get a break and a close above the 16767 area, I will be looking to go long. Because if we have a look at this was the outer channel wall. If I was to bring this down, we can see that we've actually closed right outside the outer channel wall. So we can still come down and close the gap by bouncing here before we go long, or we can move north and break this area. I won't be looking to take any trades unless we close above, as I said, the 16767 area before I consider taking any longs. We could bounce off this area and continue down with more bearish movements. It has made a very strong bearish trend over the last month or more now. So it could continue bearish, but we would look. Well, I would have thought we would have been due a correction at some point. But for now, that's where we are with the pound USD. Now we're looking at the dollar Swiss. Dollar Swiss on a daily chart, we can actually see that we did manage to break below the 90.38 area, and we've now bounced. There is an area of support, although you can't clearly see it on this chart. There is an area of support in this area. If I can just get a line and show you, there is an area of support in and around this area, which you can see we're now struggling to get above. But my preference for this pair is bearish. Now you can either wait for the close of this candle and see if we get any closes above this area before we go short again, or we can wait till we get a break below, close below against this area again before we go short, which is the 90.38 area. Again, we can come out to the daily chart. The areas we will be targeting is going to be the 0.8962 area, which we might get another bounce before we get more bullish buying action. But in the medium term, it is waiting to see what this candle is going to do, or what the candles will do in and around this area. So yeah, I'll be looking to sell the Swissy, the USD Swissy, and now we're going to be looking at the USD JPY. Again, on a daily chart, we've been stuck in this range for a long time now. If I have actually have a look here, we've been stuck in this range since the 28th of January of this year, and we haven't really done much apart from getting up here, which was in the 4th of April, and since then we've pretty much stayed in this area. Now if we come out of the daily chart into a 4-hour chart, I'm waiting to see whether we break and close below this area or break and close above this area before considering whether to go long or go short. Now we're going to have a look at the CAD, USD CAD. On a daily chart, we can see that we've formed this hammer. We've come down and retested this area. We didn't get a break below, and then we've had this candle form. It's come down, it's rejected this area again. So with this pair, we'll be looking to buy if we can close above this area here. So if we can get a close above the 1090 area, then I will look to buy. If we break into the 4-hour chart, we can see that we've been rejecting this area for quite some time now. We've been stuck in this small little range. I would like ideally to break this area and close below, also this trend line, before I consider selling. But failing that, a break of this area, we would be looking to go long. So that is the USD CAD. And now with the Australian dollar, US dollar, I've been predicting now for the last week or so this bearish cipher pattern setting up. Now it's going to complete, if it does complete, around the 0.9375 area, and we'll be looking to sell. And if we get the fibs out, we can look for target areas. Now normally when trading these patterns, you're looking to take profit on the C to D leg, which is this leg here. So if we do get a completion around about the 0.9375 area, we'll be looking to take profit at target 1, which is the 38.2, and target 2 is always the 618. stops are going to be above this area here. The reason being, we don't want to really be putting stops all the way in this area here, where we're going to be having 62 pip stop just to get just over 50 pips for target 1 and a total of 81 pips, well, total of 83 pips for target 2. This is why if we can keep it above this area, 20 pip, 25 pip stop loss. If it does close above this area, then we're going to be looking to target these areas. So if it breaks this area, you really don't want to be in the trade, as it was not going to be worth. You wouldn't even get a 1-to-1. So if we get a bounce or a nice pin bar in and around this area, we'll be looking to sell. Again, target 1 38.2 and target 2 is 61.8. And now the New Zealand dollar, US dollar. If we look on the daily chart, we can see that we've got bullish divergence. Sorry, this is the 4-hour chart. If we look on the 4-hour chart, we can see we've got bullish divergence. But if we actually go into the daily chart, we can also see as well that although we've made these 3 attempts to get below the 0.8408 area, even on the daily chart, we've now got bullish divergence showing. So if we look left, we can actually see we've got a very strong area of support in and around this zone. It's bounced once there, so we wouldn't be looking to sell, we are actually looking to buy. But again, waiting for a break above the, well, if you get a nice wick in and around this area, or for those that are more aggressive, you can wait to buy on the close of this candle, or see if you can get a retest of the 0.8408 area before we was to buy. But I'm also bullish on the New Zealand USD. And finally, we're going to look at the Euro Pound. Now, I've been predicting for some time now that we was going to break this bearish channel, which we did. We've come down, we've retested, we've gone back up to retest this area of resistance. We've got a bounce, but I am still bearish on this until we can get up into around this area. Again, this is Forex, anything can happen, but we are due a correction, and this is not the kind of correction that I was looking for. But before I would consider selling, we really do need to get up into about the 50,618 or at least the 38.2 area before considering taking any shorts. Okay, that's this week's analysis from Celador FX. Thank you for listening.